Hello everyone, I'm HearMeowt. Welcome to my channel. Tonight we're going to be reading some totally sane, very normal letters from Diane Downs. Now this comes from the Diane Downs website. There's a lot of material on there in no discernible real order that you're able to follow it. So we're just going to focus on two sections out of a 70-page document tonight. The first is a really normal letter to the FBI in 2021, and then a very normal section of her letter to the Parole Board following her 2020 parole rejection, where she describes her royal lineage. And we will sprinkle in a little dusting of J. Edgar Hoover and World Book Encyclopedia as well. P.S. Big shout out to Jessica L., not going to say her full name in case it's her real name, for sending me the link that led me down this terrible, terrible rabbit hole. And as always, before we begin, for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, this is a commentary channel. And for those of you who don't know what commentary means, it means there will be a lot of talking in addition to the source material. I may or may not don the wig for Diane Downs. Normally I would, but we're doing a Lorne stream directly after this for the Casey Calls Continued. And if I put on the whole wig and mascara, then I'll have to wear that in the Lorne stream, which, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll flip a coin. But this is not a channel where we have fun, so I don't want to see anyone enjoying themselves. But on the other hand, I guess if you do enjoy what you see here, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any of the fun. Make sure to check out the many playlists in the description of this video, such as Diane Downs, Sarah Boone, Lauren Armstrong, Robert Tellis. The list goes on, and I love all of it. The main point is, if you enjoy this video, you probably will enjoy the other videos regardless of the subject. So hello to everyone here in the live chat with us right now. Hello to the replay crew. Please remember to hit the like button so we can avoid all unnecessary issues. All right, let's go. I got a little mascara on my nose. I was trying to do it on the little window down in the corner. Hello, everyone. Looks like I flipped the coin and I lost. Let's bring up our guest X Derek. How are you, sir?
You look ravishing.
I know. I had to do it with the small screen, which for those of you who don't know is about an inch big. So yeah. The mascara really does like bring out the monster in her. So X-Derek, you've seen what we're going to be looking at tonight.
Yes, I saw. Well, I saw what you sent me last night.
Yeah. So
but I haven't read the entire thing. I don't even know where it is.
It's all this comes from Diane Downs' website, but the website is so shitty that it's like links to a Word document that has implanted links in it. And so I went through like on the Wayback Machine and dug out all the links I could find that were still active on there. But in short, this was from, she labels this 2010 parole hearing. What she's really recapping the 2010 parole hearing, but then she moves on to 2025. I'm trying to blend this in here. Ugh. Sorry. So this isn't the FBI letter that she discusses in the 2020 hearing, because that is dated, or that happened before this letter's dated. So this is a second letter to the FBI.
I was just listening to her 2025 parole hearing last night, just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
And, well, I fell asleep before I listened to too much of it, but I don't think I've actually ever listened to the entire thing. I think I've always fallen asleep.
It's pretty repetitive. I mean, it's hard. It's like trying to do a maze while you're blindfolded.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Let's see here. Oops. So let's bring up this document here. I don't know if I can make it bigger. Can I?
It looks like scribbles to me.
See if I can make it a little bit bigger.
All right, I increased
No, I mean for everyone out there.
The FOIPA request. FBI guys. FOIPA. Oh, I'm alone. Oh, hi, everyone.
There's that old back button working up again. Sweet. Share screen. Window. 2022 parole. Okay. Let's try this edit again. Save. Let's see if I can stretch this out. Perfect. And move this over. FOIPA. Yep. So this is in response. She sent in her Freedom of Information Act, FOIPA Act, as she calls it, in 2018. She got a response saying, well, you know, we may have found stuff, but we don't know. So this gets into her whole, the FBI agent or FBI director, J. Edgar Hoover, has had a file on me since birth, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So this to the section chief, August 23rd, 2021. All right. Let's see here. And there's crazy stuff really starts on the second page. Dear Mr. Seidel, on August 7th, 2021, I received your response to my 2018 FOIPA request. To recap, my request was narrow in scope and sought only information about Elizabeth Diane Fredrickson, Quarry Corporation World Book Encyclopedia, Library of Congress number 647000. In 1964, J. Edgar Hoover entered my newborn footprint in volume F, page 321 of that encyclopedia. Query, did FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover keep a file on Elizabeth Diane Fredrickson from 1955 to 1964? In response to my request, you sent me newspaper articles about Diane Downs 1983 to 1987. How did my request for information about Elizabeth Diane Fredrickson in 1955 produce a handful of newspaper clippings about Diane Downs in 1983 without an original Fredrickson file from which to transition? Any guesses? Does anyone have any guesses as how they connected? They managed to solve that riddle. You see what you're getting at, right?
I was honestly, I was looking at the chat. I wasn't even paying attention.
Okay. She's saying she put in a request for Elizabeth Diane Fredrickson, her maiden name.
Okay.
And they sent her newspaper clippings about Diane Downs, when she didn't make a request for Diane Downs. How did they know that Elizabeth Diane Fredrickson is Diane Downs?
I know that.
Yeah, probably a matching social security number.
I think the FBI would know.
God help us if they couldn't connect them. We didn't know she changed her last name.
Yeah, it's not like that happens all the time.
And then she says, your letter contained two statements that shed light on the Fredrickson connection. Number one, records that may have been responsive to your request were destroyed. This is boilerplate. This is not saying records were destroyed. It's saying we don't have anything else. It's possible that if there was something, it was destroyed.
They were
right?
destroyed. Yep.
Wait, which is why they're not there. We're not saying they never existed because we don't know. They might have been destroyed, though. For your information, a search of the indices to our central records system reflected there were additional records potentially responsive to your FOIPA request. We were advised that the potentially responsive records were not in their expected location and could not be located after a reasonable search. Well, they're probably in the Diane Downs file.
They couldn't find it.
Yeah. So she says, presumably the missing files contain information that opened the Diane Down Fredrickson file. It says, if the Fredrickson part of my life has been erased, who could do that? Why would somebody do that? The FBI FOIPA addendum you included with your letter offered an explanation in the standard response will apply to all requests, blah, blah. Okay. Part two, the standard responses will below apply to all. Section II, request for witness security program records. The FBI can neither confirm or deny the existence of programs which could identify any participant in the WITSEC program.
So you know what that means,
God.
Right? You know what that means. I know what that means.
She's in the witness protection program and she doesn't even know since she was a baby. So she's got this little hand. Go ahead.
You think Diane Downs is the type of person to like read the terms and conditions to like an Apple iPad and start seeing all the connections to her life there?
I don't know, but the more I read on it, the more she is crazy. She's got to have some kind of syphilis eating away at her brain. Because
can't syphilis go to the brain?
Yeah, it drove. What was it?
Oh yeah, it did.
What's his name?
Was it Edgar Allan Poe?
No, the Chicago gangster. What's his name?
That's not
Al Capone.
Who I was thinking.
Al Capone. His brain was eaten away by syphilis, I believe, and maybe Edgar Allan Poe as well. Damn syphilis! He's taking the good ones. Nero as well, possibly. Okay. So, by the way, the reason that there's handwritten notes on this stuff is this is basically, like you can see, this is 62 pages. The other ones are 70. Like, there are so many documents out there, but they're all uploaded as a single file. And then she's adding notes. So, like, this is like her evidence area, and then she'll add in something as well. But she sent this to her brother, a copy of what she'd sent to Mr. Seidel, right? Following along? That's why kind of the format looks like this. Okay.
Wow. Have you ever seen a syphilis skull? It's crazy looking.
Yeah, I saw one on Secrets of the Dead PBS program one time.
Wow.
Now she has another really revealing bombshell here. A website called Inmate Locators tells users where to find prisoners in the United States. When people input Downs W49707, the site produces nothing. Oh my God.
They've killed her already.
No. It's deeper than that.
Because she's in the witness security program.
Yes.
They can't allow people to.
Yes. Know. This only happens when an inmate, this only happens when an inmate paroles. My parole date was 5/9/2010. What is my status? She is going to make the argument that she believes she has actually been paroled, but still is in jail.
I could believe that. I think she was paroled.
It's insane. I could think of a reason why she wouldn't show up on a inmate locator. Can you?
There's tons of reasons why someone couldn't show up.
For somebody who keeps escaping from prison, maybe having a co-accomplice not being able to find out exactly where you are would be a good idea.
But I think there's even more mundane reasons, like the fact that she goes by Diane Downs. However, her real name is Elizabeth Diane Downs, or you could go with her maiden name of Elizabeth Diane Fredrickson.
Or they're typing the number wrong.
Or they type the number wrong. You know, there's...
It's so ridiculous.
Oh, here it gets good. This
here's okay. So now
this is good.
Everyone buckle up.
Buckle up, buttercups.
Diane Downs is always being accused of making things up or not understanding things. And so what she's going to do is very reasonably lay out the facts as she knows them from her life. And you decide if it's crazy or not.
It's totally reasonable. It's so good.
Page 2. Is that why my Fredrickson file has been moved to an undisclosed location? Mr. Seidel, in 2008, my then 78-year-old dad said I was adopted. He believed the truth would lead us to my daughter's killer. The next year, I received a photograph of 4-year-old me sitting with a man who is not a Fredrickson. It caused me to reflect on my life experiences. All right. Here we go. See, if I pre-recorded this, I could put the music in the background. But everyone just imagine Hall of the Mountain King. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. In 1956, someone injured my right hip, and I was sent to live with Dad's parents in Phoenix, Arizona. I have a photo of me in my injured hip with Dad not wearing a wedding ring. Oh, my God. So she would have been 1 year old at this point because she's born in 55. In November 1959, I moved in with Mom and Dad. I spent my last day with the man in the photo I received in 2009. He helped me build a snowman in Flagstaff, Arizona. Okay. All right.
All right. Now we're starting to cook.
In August 1960, the snowman came to see me. He was driving an ice cream truck.
And here we go.
Now, for those who are confused, the snowman, she's not actually talking about the snowman they built. She is now referring to the man who helped build the snowman as a codename Snowman, capital.
Which is probably his CIA/FBI/NSA real codename.
Yes. But also, I just realized he was driving an ice cream truck. Maybe he is a snowman and he needs the refrigeration so he doesn't melt. Right?
Oh, shit.
Now, only a month later, in September 1960, I started kindergarten. A couple months later, someone killed my dog. I never returned to school, and we moved to a new town. Well, obviously you did return to school at some point because you entered the first grade the next year. She meant that school, probably,
Not
right?
that school.
Somebody found her and killed the dog as a warning.
So she was living in Flagstaff at the time. Because why else would she be in Flagstaff building a snowman?
Mm-hmm.
I have been in Flagstaff when it's snowing. It's quite lovely.
Yeah, she moved from Phoenix to Flagstaff. In September 1961, I entered first grade. Just before Christmas that year, someone put a dead cat on the engine block of my dad's car, so it was decapitated when he started the motor. We moved to a different town. Okay, how did they know it was dead?
It wasn't dead. Kittens do that maybe all the time.
No blood spattered. Yeah. I'm guessing, Diane, that your parents said, "Oh, don't worry, he was already dead."
Right.
So you didn't
wasn't
freak
already
out.
dead. Cats do that all the time. They go into engine blocks because it's still warm, and then the engine turns on, and the poor things get killed.
My mom said that happened all the time on the farm. On the farm, with farm cats.
Awful. It's awful.
In 1962, I needed a tonsillectomy. The snowman showed up at the hospital to encourage me. In 1963, someone poisoned my kittens and killed their mama cat, the love of my life. What? In December 1963, we moved to another town. Our home was the only house in the neighborhood with bars on all the windows. The snowman didn't come to our new home. Okay, so you lived in a shitty house or something?
Listen, I grew up in the boogie down Bronx. I had bars on my windows, okay? This is just what happens in some places.
I know there are bars on the windows of my childhood home now in Palo Alto, but I don't know if they were there. I don't think they were there when we lived there in the early 80s. I'll have to ask my parents. But even then, it was like, maybe it's like one of those metal door, like the screen door, right? But with the iron cast rods instead of just being a standard screen door.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think that was more decorative than security. Is Super Kelly G? Is this proof of something?
Yes.
Hello. This is proof of everything.
This is proof of the snowman.
Don't worry, it gets worse. The summer of 1964, the snowman visited me in Sheridan, Wyoming, at my grandparents' house. So is this the same grandparents from Phoenix? They moved to Sheridan, Wyoming? 1963 to 1967. So this is right in the build up to the Vietnam War. I'm sure probably should not doesn't work that in here. The snowman was traveling the world, making public appearances in Europe, North America, South America, Africa, and Asia.
So not Antarctica, interesting, or Australia.
Right. And I think this mainly has to do with what she's going to say with the royalty stuff, right? Although she never mentions Asian royalty connection.
And yes, Meowgarita, that's what I was thinking of. There is a book turned into a movie called The Snowman. The book is okay. The movie is horrendous. It's terrible. So as I read this, that's all I could think of.
Actually, you know what? I just realized she's tying in Asia. She is tying in Vietnam.
Oh, shit.
Yes. In 1967, the CIA assisted the snowman in faking his death. Wow. Yes. She's yes. As if they're like, as if the
what?
The FBI guy is like, holy shit. Yes, I received and still possess evidence of this. Why don't you put the evidence on your website, Diane, instead of all this repetitive nonsense? Of course, I wonder if the snowman was a CIA agent. Now, that is actually the correct, she's not doing FBI, but guys, FBI agent, CIA agent is correct.
Central Intelligence
Agency
agent.
Yep.
It wouldn't just be Central Intelligence agent?
Mm-mm.
Huh.
If it was called the Central Intelligence Agents Committee, or I don't know, whatever. No, it's fine. It's fine. Who wouldn't think that? It appears someone was following him to find me. Oh, well, let's see here. Why is the snowman, I'll finish it and then I'll say this is the stupidest idea ever. Or they were terrorizing me and my family to force the snowman to come out of the shadows and reveal himself to them. Whichever way the wind blew, I didn't see the snowman after 1964, and he supposedly died in 1967. Okay. Well, up here, you say you have evidence of his death being faked. So why did you put he supposedly died in 1967? Number two, if the snowman, she's putting this up here as if the snowman is like her guardian angel, right? All this, that's what she's kind of like alluding to, that she's important and the snowman is like his responsibility, or she's his responsibility.
Right.
Why, if your job is to keep this girl protected, why are you constantly hanging around her? You know what I mean? If they're following you to get to her, don't go around her.
But see, when I read it, I didn't get so much that he was a guardian angel as he was an ominous presence in her life. Not necessarily good, not necessarily bad. Sort of like a threatening presence.
Well, she has the photo of her. Why didn't she put the photo of the snowman on the website? She's got the photo of 4-year-old her with the snowman, right? I don't know. But somehow it gets worse. In 1971, Grandma and Grandpa Fredrickson were killed in Missouri. In 1982, Uncle David was shot in the head and killed in San Jose, California. In 1983, my children were shot in Springfield, Oregon. I was falsely accused and news spread like wildfire across the globe to stir the snowman's ire?
Ooh, that's a good point. I wonder what happened to Uncle Leroy, though.
And you were more than falsely accused. If you're going to say this, you would say you were falsely convicted at this point, right?
Yeah, that ship has sailed.
Falsely or not, it was more than an accusation. In 1999, Uncle Leroy's brain exploded in Montana.
It did. What happened?
He died.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I love. She's gonna say this a couple times, but brain explosion seems fatal, self-explanatory, right? This is where, like, I'm like, her brain has to be rotted away.
Yeah, I think you're right about the syphilis. I think you have a point.
In 2002, my dad's cousin was shot in his home. Jim's killer was put in my prison cell in 2005 to frighten the snowman so he'd reach out to protect me and reveal himself?
Now, who are these other people who are doing these things to try to get the snowman to come out of hiding?
I don't know. These are just things that have been told to her. She doesn't know.
She's not saying this.
She's not saying this.
No.
She's not saying any of this, even though it's like typed out on a letter that she's writing to somebody else.
To the FBI.
Yeah. And she did say these are things she knows. These are her life experiences. How dare you say her life experiences are fake? So Jim is dad's brother.
No, dad's cousin.
Dad's cousin. Oh, the other thing I uncovered last night. Remember the whole koi thing?
Yes.
With the koi pond and the surname of koi?
Coy of them.
Diane's mother's maiden name is Coy.
Oh my God.
Well, no, here's the problem. She put that in there thinking we would make that connection, but she didn't tell us that her mother's maiden name was Coy, so nobody was like, okay.
So
all right.
We just assumed that she's talking randomly about koi fish.
Mm-hmm.
But she actually meant to have a deeper meaning.
Well, yeah, she said, and what'd she say? Their names was, surname was Coy. Let me see if I can pull this up here. I want to read exactly what it was. This isn't it Coy? Is it the ones that you sent?
Yeah, that's the ones I sent.
Shit. Oh, okay. I don't want to delay it anymore. Oh, is it the letter to lawyer?
It was one of the letters. I'm trying to find them myself.
No, it's not. It's the one from December, I believe. Yes. Okay. She and her friends. Okay. A girl claiming to be the daughter of Chick Iverson emptied a $10 million mansion of every item that was not nailed down and sent it to Bend, Oregon. She and her friends even stole the man's fish, 19 koi. Right. Then later she goes on to say Chick Iverson is a pseudonym for a man whose cousin's mother's name is Coy. So cousin's mother's name is Coy. So that would be okay. Well, okay. So if that's Diane's mom, whose cousin's mother, so it's Chick Iverson is the cousin.
Your cousin, then
cousin of Diane Downs. Oh my God!
It gets deeper. I hope everyone's taking notes at home.
Yeah, there will be a quiz after this.
Yeah. Oh, Lisa Francophile brought up that the koi fish, were actually soap. Fish soap.
We have not seen that representation, so I don't think we should be labeling false facts to her.
Yeah, heaven forbid.
We don't want to smear her integrity. Yeah. In 2003, Aunt Marianne's brain exploded in Colorado. She died in 2010. Wait a minute. How did she live for 7 years after her brain exploded? Does it?
Unless she means she got a stroke in 2003 and lived until 2010.
Does your brain explode when you have a stroke?
No. I mean, a blood vessel bursts.
An aneurysm maybe would have.
Yeah.
But, okay. Mom thinks Marianne is my birth mother and the snowman is my birth father, but she doesn't know for sure.
So, does that mean Diane's mom doesn't even know who Diane's mom really is?
Essentially, she can't remember if she gave birth to her.
Yeah, I mean, details get fuzzy.
Okay, Flora says it is a description of a stroke. Why did she just say stroke? Why did she say brain exploded?
No. People don't know.
It's not as violent? That would explain why I spent the summer of 1964 in Wyoming with Aunt Marianne and the snowman
is my birth father.
Well, does mom not know if Marianne is her sister or not? She's calling her Aunt Marianne.
Right. But she doesn't know. Diane's mom doesn't, or supposed mom doesn't know if Marianne, her sister, is indeed
the mother, her own
biological mother of Diane. And furthermore, if she did the deed with the snowman to procreate Diane.
And I mean, the entire thing is setting up that she is adopted and maybe the child of somebody else, right? No, but that's what makes it so stupid. She connects the royalty to her adopted father, which would make her not royalty.
Unless, no, but we don't know if the snowman is or is not royalty.
I guess. Whatever. In 2008, my dad's brain exploded in northern Texas. He died in 2017. Oh, he lived even longer. Suffering from Alzheimer's-like symptoms brought on by numerous mini strokes. It's weird that her dad's brain exploded in 2008, yet he continued to write a bunch of letters for her for Parole Board for a while. I think he was even maintaining the website.
Oh, was he?
I don't know. Or her brother is. Nobody believes this shit. It's such a crappy website. In 2009, I received a photo of me sitting with the snowman in Flagstaff, Arizona in 1959. I also received current photos of the snowman, the deceased CIA agent, very much alive. What?
Yeah, so in 1959, he was alive because he wasn't killed until late 60s.
No, she said she received current photos of him in 2009, very much alive. She's reminding us
I missed that part.
His death was faked.
Well, it was fake. Yeah.
Okay, well, why aren't these photos on the website? In 2011, I received a copy of my 4-year-old palm print. Was the documenting agency the FBI or CIA? Oh my God! In 2012, Uncle Rod's brain exploded in South Texas. He died. In 2013, I received a copy of my newborn footprint on a fabricated birth certificate entered in a World Book Encyclopedia by FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover. Oh my God. In 2014, I wrote to the FBI in Scotland Yard to ask what all this means. Like the FBI, CID said nothing. I think Criminal Investigation Division or something. I don't know. In 2015, the snowman died in Wales, United Kingdom, at the age of 87. Okay. Withholding my file from me hasn't kept me or my family safe, Mr. Seidel. They're all dead. I'm betting even the snowman's enemies are long dead. I believe my children were shot in 1983 by someone who was trying to force the snowman to reveal himself to them. That game ended in 2015. Whew. Well, there you have it, folks. She just laid it all out there. She finally told the truth, and we all know the secret now. We all know the real truth behind the murders. Okay. I'm enclosing another copy of the Encyclopedia page with this letter. Note, the names Foot and Downs are on the page, right? I'll rather than read it out. I don't want to spoil the fun. So we're going to skip to that a sec. Real quick.
Oh man, Tori Massey is confused about what the objective is. I thought it was obvious. It should be obvious to everyone in here.
Can you help the rest of us?
I mean,
I get it.
It's just when people don't understand. Diane is trying to show how it was all actually an elaborate plan, planned out from when she was a baby. From when she was a baby, she was in the witness protection program. And she was under the protection of a CIA, possibly FBI agent who was protecting her. However, in order to get to this agent, whoever they may be, we don't know. Diane's not saying we don't know. Maybe there is someone. Maybe there's not. But if there is, those people cause her kittens to get its head cut off,
poison some more kittens, killed the dog.
The dog got killed.
Probably broke her hip.
They also broke her hip, and then all those heads exploded. And this is all just a ploy to rile up the ire of the snowman.
So he comes out of hiding. Yeah,
which is a code name because he played dead because he was not being used as an asset anymore.
Yeah, and he got the code name Snowman by building snowmen.
And at the same time, though, we don't know who the true birth parents of Diane are. So it's possible.
Even Diane's mom doesn't know if she gave birth to her.
No, Diane's mother doesn't know if she gave birth to Diane or did not give birth to Diane. I mean, you kind of forget that type of stuff, I would imagine. I mean, I've never given birth, but probably you would forget if you gave birth. And these footprints were put in by J. Edgar
Well, hold on. I can
Hoover.
explain these. I gotta break down this page. All right. Because this. All right.
I hope that made everything clear.
It really did. Thank you. I am going to put on some music for this one. Very quietly. All right. Everyone see these footprints here? This is a page from the 1964 World Book Encyclopedia. These are Diane Downs' actual footprints as a child. This was put in the book 9 years after she was born. Now, if you follow with me here, look to the left.
Downs.
No, hold on. The entry for footprinting, if it lets me show it here, is cited to J. Edgar Hoover. Okay, so why did J. Edgar Hoover put her footprints in the Encyclopedia World Book Encyclopedia? You think that's a coincidence?
No.
Now we'll go up.
Oh, and people are saying the music's messing with your mic.
All right, I'll stop. Did you catch what I was saying, though?
Yeah, I heard you still.
Okay. All right. Now we look above. The entry before footprinting is footnote. Who is cited on that? R.B. Downs. Downs is the name of her husband that she wouldn't even meet for another 7 years because she's only 9 years old when this book is published, and he's in Missouri. How did they know she was going to marry Steve Downs?
They had planned it the whole time.
And as if it wasn't obvious enough, like they're so bad at covering their tracks, we go up here to the first entry on the same page about Andrew Holfoot, a Union Navy officer in the Civil War. Guess what the judge's last name was in her trial, Derek?
Fredrickson, I bet.
Foot! Yeah. I'll let everyone catch their breath a sec.
They're just playing games with us.
Yeah. Now, out of curiosity, my parents did have a set of World Book encyclopedias, the 1990 edition. So I asked them to go look up the page for footprint, right? To see if the game was still going on, or if they had covered their tracks yet. This is the photo. Can't really see it very well, but we still have the baby footprint here, and they changed the J. Edgar Hoover reference. He's no longer the source, probably because he's dead. But they've moved stuff like in terms of, positioning. Now Foot's name appears on the left-hand side. It's no longer on the same page. They don't want to be too obvious, right?
That's true.
But here's where the up. All right.
Show the people the names.
Yeah, I will show.
Show the people.
Diane or RB Downs is still there as a reference for footnote. Okay? So we need to stop playing around here. This will be this. Maybe I can share. Yeah. Okay. This might let me zoom in.
I don't see anything.
I know. No, hold on.
Let me finish my cigarette.
I'm trying to share this window. Where's the image? Yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah, we can zoom in here. Right? Look. Footprinting. Now it says John I. Thornton. Okay.
Right.
Pseudonym,
if I've ever heard of one.
Note is still attributed to RB Downs, but now his is where it gets crazy. This is where it gets absolutely ridiculous. So they know the game's up. They can't exactly have Diane Downs' footprint anymore because she's onto him. Look at this. Look at the mother's name. What is it, Derek?
Cheryl.
Okay, if we all know, one of Diane Downs' kids was named Cheryl, the one that was viciously murdered by the snowman, or maybe somebody hunting the snowman, or whoever.
Yep.
And then look at this.
What's the name of the daughter?
The name of the infant itself, Karen Elizabeth, as in Elizabeth Diane Downs. Oh. And look, the registered nurse is Jane.
Yeah, show the nurse. Jane Doe.
Obviously,
it's almost as if this was fake.
It's almost as if this isn't a real document of somebody.
Yeah, it was only placed in as a copy of what a real document would look like.
And the page number changed. It's no longer 321. So it's 369.
And we all know Diane liked to 69.
Yeah, exactly. We all know Diane loves 69. Hold on a sec. Eight keeps dropping here, and I lost the battery. 1 second.
Let me lick you up and down.
Where'd the battery go? She is. Okay, there it is. All right.
They're just playing with us at this point.
I mean, they're really playing with Diane. They'll be like, look, we're not going to give you the full story, but we're going to let you know that you know the full story. Or you know just enough to not be able to get yourself out. What happened to the... Go. So, I mean, yeah, it's pretty obvious, right? So that's where we get the J. Edgar Hoover connection. Now it's interesting because she shows these prints here, right? Then she shows this because this is what she was sent by somebody, apparently. And there's these markers here, right? 1, 2, 3. I think to get a match, you have to match like 14 or something, or 9. I don't know. But they marked 3. And just in case we weren't convinced, this is the World Book Encyclopedia image up here. And this is her. I was confused at first because I thought this was her baby footprint. I'm like, this is not. I think this is actually her current.
No, that's her current foot.
And there's no match. Oh, look, look, did you know this baby's footprint has a little crease under the ball, under the big toe, like every other human being on the planet? And then there's also another crease underneath it that doesn't match anything, like this X pattern up here. And then on the right side, left side, which is totally washed out, there's nothing. And, I don't know what this circle thing is. And like, what is this? Why did she do it twice? It's actually disgusting. Her foot looks so disgusting. Anywho, okay, let's get back to the last page of the FBI letter.
So I have not read this, so I'm going to be just like everyone else.
It's nothing like amazing, but my FBI file says Lane County, Oregon contacted FBI profilers in Quantico to learn how to convict me? That's BS, Mr. Seidel. Lane County had a 100% conviction rate and egos to match in the 1980s. I saw the 2, quote, California FBI agents at my trial every day. I know for a fact no one in Lane County wanted them there. I heard the daily complaints and snide remarks about the, quote, outsiders. So aside from her, this paragraph, I don't know what she is saying other than she's trying to intimate like the federal government is there just to make sure that it's all tied up nice and neat. Right? What else is she saying?
I can't read it.
No, you heard me say it. Reading it doesn't make it any clearer.
Look at it.
Reading it doesn't make it any clearer. My file says Ray Broderick was working with the Portland, Oregon FBI office. Yeah, I even throw in FBI now. Why Portland when there's an FBI office right across the street from the Lane County Courthouse on the corner of 8th and Oak in Eugene, Oregon? Oh my God. Nothing in my hand-tailored file, FBI file, adds up. I thought you said you didn't get an FBI file. You said you didn't get...
That was the very beginning, was that she didn't get it.
Oh, wait. I know what she's talking about. She's complaining because all they sent her was newspaper clippings of her trial for Diane Downs. So she's like, everything in here look like I'm a murderer. Like all the reports and facts. It's as if Ray Broderick put it together last week so there would be anything in my FBI file. Why would he give a shit? Ray
Broderick was handpicked probably by the corpse of J. Edgar Hoover.
Or is Ray Broderick the snowman?
Oh, shit, you think?
Anything. Literally, what Diane wants us to say is literally anything is possible. It's entirely possible I didn't kill my kids and somebody else did it. Ray Broderick and Pierce Brooks, who had many FBI friends. Well, weren't they FBI agents?
They're FBI agents.
It seems like they would probably have some FBI friends. Am I saying FBI by default now? Like,
yes, you are.
Diane! She's gotten into my brain.
Like the
okay,
syphilis.
so the FBI agents. Oh, I'm saying FBI agents, right?
There's a little A in there.
Yeah, it's silent.
FBI agents.
FBI agents. Who had many FBI friends, worked together in San Jose, California before transferring together to Eugene, Oregon. Wait a minute. I thought you just said they were in the Portland office. What? You just said they were working with Portland. Why, when there's an Oregon office? They were in the Eugene, Oregon office. Did they invite their FBI agent friends from San Jose, where Uncle David was killed a year before? Oh my God. To attend trial? Again, I wonder why. And she's got these little carrots on the side here. So we know this is important, this section.
Let's do it.
As long as we're exploring the improbabilities of the so-called facts in my weird FBI file, I now wonder if the two men in the courtroom were FBI agents from California at all. What?
Good point.
Or were they imposters standing ready to kidnap the snowman if he showed up at my kangaroo court trial? Oh, dun, dun, dun. These kookaloos. There were reporters and photographs from around the world who probably captured their images on film. Why doesn't anyone want to know the truth?
What truth? I mean, yes, of course.
The last 4 pages, Derek. Come on. Clear that out of your ass.
It's true.
Black and white. It's here for you to see. Okay, now tie it all together. Why was I framed and sent to prison, Mr. Seidel? What? That's a big leap there. You didn't present anything about being framed, other than the fact that you saw some people there.
No,
you didn't know who they were.
She did say that they killed they shot the kids to upset the snowman.
Which doesn't make any sense.
But the snowman is her father. Those were his grandchildren.
Stupid chair. No.
And it's also possible that the snowman was the one who shot the kids.
Yeah, but the problem is with Diane's theory is she keeps going back between, these phantom people, and then like I'm being targeted for some reason because I'm too dangerous. Why did they just shoot you, Diane? They shot your kids. If you are so dangerous and you need to be eliminated, that you're so important that since the time you were a baby, the government was looking in on you. Why didn't they just kill you?
Yeah, I guess witness protection really sucks.
Yeah. Why was I framed and sent to prison, Mr. Seidel? Was it someone's way of luring the snowman into the open? Mm-hmm. Why? Who was hunting him? Not the CIA or the FBI. The CIA faked his death in 1967 to free him from his enemies. Why am I still in prison in 2021 when all the players from the 1950s are probably all dead?
You're not.
The following facts support my belief that I was a patsy used by criminals to lure the snowman to he didn't die.
Well, no, he did die now.
He died now.
But no, he did not die. He was not murdered. At least we don't think so.
Real quick. Karen Bluebird, welcome. Every swinging vagina. I've been emailing her. Okay, that's I as soon as I said it, I heard it. We've been in contact about her channel.
Oh,
she's trying to start. We're trying to start a channel, so everyone go subscribe to her. She's doing more like a personal, more like the patriarchy thing. I don't know. You can explain it. Kendra gifted
And
5 Hear Me Out
Kendra.
membership. Yeah. Thank you very much, and congratulations to those who received them. And Hannah Banana 801. Love you guys so much, and love your little community. Little? Oh, he's calling little, huh? Oh, but Rod's not little. Thank you for immediately making me laugh when I put you on my TV. Oh. Only I could put myself on my own TV. Be quite the day. Where are we at? Okay. So these are the things that support the fact that she's a patsy. Right? My prosecutor adopted my children, yet none of them speak ill of me. None of them ever speak ill of me at my parole hearings. Yeah, we already discussed this, Diane. It's because they're normal human beings and they want the children to have a life away from their monster.
And Fred Hughie was a nice man who,
I
think he's still alive, who raised them well. And
your damn doctors took medical control of you at the hospital, or of the kids at the hospital. Like, everyone around you is like, this woman cannot have control over these kids. Need to be with an adult. Oregon,
when the mother's saying just pull the plug. And
what's a patsy, please? Are you serious? A patsy is a fall guy.
Well, remember, detective is not American, so it might.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep. No. I assumed it was. But sometimes people can, tease me. A patsy is a fall guy, right? That's what it basically means.
Someone to take the blame.
So some people would think like, what's his name? With Kennedy. Harvey Lee Oswald. They would call him the patsy.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Call him a patsy for the FBI or whatever. I still believe it. He did it. So maybe that makes me stupid.
I bet you think the world is round too.
Yeah, I do. It's a Falba guy.
Falba guy.
Oregon Parole Board members shed tears when they denied me parole in 2010 because I refused to agree to never see my parents at my release. Now, this is interesting because I went back and watched again the 2010 hearing because I was pretty sure no one cried, not even Diane, other than when she's like, don't take me away from my parents. Please. Right? But Diane's contention through her website is that the 2010 audio for that hearing is fake.
Yes. And was it the 2010 people who were being threatened?
Yeah. So I think they were threatened in 2020 as well. I don't know. Whatever. The Oregon Director of Corrections sent me a letter in 2010 saying they were all taking orders from someone higher than them. Why don't you put that letter on your website, Diane? Like, she has all these damning documents that she's like, oh, they're in my briefcase. Forgot the combination. Shoot. My prison counselor confirmed I was, quote, on parole in prison in 2011. And so she says, see note on page 1. This is where she's talking about how when people put her name in the inmate search, it returns nothing. So that means she's on parole in prison. She literally put that sentence in that statement in this letter to the FBI. The California Department of Corrections gave me written notification in 2013 that they had no central file on me since 5/5/2010, 4 days before my official parole date. Why was I not released from prison? Who has official custody of me? The feds? WITSEC? I would say the Oregon Department of Corrections.
They're the ones who have custody of you. They've always been the ones who've had custody of you.
Yeah.
You've just been placed in other prisons because you keep escaping.
But you know what the first hint should be, Diane? You keep meeting with the Oregon Parole Board. Right? You're not meeting with the CIA Parole Board or a WITSEC, or the FBIA guys or the California Parole Board. You're meeting with the Oregon Parole Board. over and over. And you would still be in Oregon if you didn't try to escape from prison.
For penis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tastes so good, make a grown man cry. Sweet cherry pie.
Oh, it keeps going?
This is the last page. The real murderer left his DNA at the crime scene in the form of chewed gum and beer cans.
I thought you smoked weed with them.
Was it chewed gum and beer cans made up of DNA?
but I thought they smoked weed. I didn't think they actually drank beer.
No, that was just something, well, we're not remembering that version right now. Okay. We're still going with the bushy-haired stranger at this point, I believe. Because the smoking weed with the stranger was in the 1984 letter, which she also says is a forgery. Remember? I didn't make up that story. Even though she's like, I didn't want anyone to think badly of me. Kill my kids, sure, but smoking weed, never.
Or being a woman of loose morals.
Being a woman of loose morals. Lane County still has it. I believe we can identify the person or persons who've been killing my loved ones if we can find the man who killed my daughter in 1983. Okay. If a DNA test is ever done on this, it is the worst use of public funds ever. DNA on beer cans and chewed gum stuff, which would be readily found on the side of a road, would it not? It's not a gun, right? It's not bullet casing.
We found some trash.
We found some gum, some empty beer cans, and empty pack of Merit cigarettes. We got to DNA test this all. Right? And it was right next to a 7-Eleven Big Gulp cup. In a McDonald's takeout bag. All trash you would normally find on the side of the road, not involved with murder. I need answers. Witsec says they can't give Diane Downs about Elizabeth Diane Fredrickson. Okay, so maybe we can approach this another way. I'm now requesting all information about my deceased grandparents who took me in. See here, Lyndon DeForest Fredrickson. I believe that's her grandfather. Thelma Elizabeth Coy. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Coy's her grandparent. Okay. I think we misunderstood. They were actually Newports. I think they were Cools. Virginia Slims. You go, girl. William Russell Engel. And Emily Pearl Keeler. Now, you notice these are the grandparents that were murdered on 10/27/1971, which is important because she will later say that they didn't die. In another 4 years, I'll be 70, Mr. Seidel. My 84-year-old mom has lived alone since Dad died in 2017, and his brain exploded in 2009. I added that in there. I've been in prison 37 years for a crime I didn't commit in 1983. I need to spend some time with Mom before she passes too. Just her crying over her parents. I can't. Don't tell me you're going to take me away from my parents. If you're going to say I can't be my parents, right?
Her crying is so natural.
No, it's just it's so. Even though it's obviously fake, at least do it at the right. She doesn't even do it at the right times. She doesn't cry over her kids.
Yeah, she didn't cry about her children. No, when you're talking about your children dying, you're laughing. And the blood was coming out of her mouth.
Oh, God, the blood coming out of her mouth. It's so weird. So funny. God, it's so funny. I don't believe the snowman's enemies are still hunting me to provoke him. Well, he's dead. So you couldn't provoke him. Right? That's self-evident.
Snowman is everlasting.
No, Snowman is dead.
Snowman's everlasting.
But Snowman's enemies, I think they're all dead. I do suspect. I do suspect his enemy's offsprings may have picked up their parents' mantle. Not Foghorn Leghorn. Of tormenting me to turn a few bucks. Always with the money, right? Always with the dollars. It's always with the nothing but the dollars. Because killing kids is a huge billion-dollar industry. That's where the evidence points. I think they're weak, pathetic, wannabe carbon copies of their parents who are so addicted to technology, they'll never be able to find me or hurt me after my release because I have no use for technology. Well, then why did you beg the parole board? Don't tell anyone where we are because they're going to find us. Don't tell if you release me. Red flag my social security number and name after my release. Give me a new identity and use my old. So I love how we're doing the option close here, right?
Well,
right.
she's. This shows how thoughtful Diane is. She's not saying, "Here's the problem, you solve it." She has some ideas. She's a problem solver.
She's assuming the sale, right? She's saying, when you let me out, give me a new social security, right? We know letting me out is a given. Letting me out is a given. All right. Now, when you let me out, here's how you can catch the real
she's
killers.
She's already been let out.
She's on parole in prison, right?
Yeah. She's only in there because of witness protection.
Yeah, WITSEC. Give me a new identity and use my old social security number as name and as bait to catch any identity thief using it for profit. The 2010
parole
parole
would want your identity.
Well, I mean, she's got to have quite the credit history at this point. the scammers actually get her thing, and they show up to the bank, and the teller, the loan agent sitting there typing the computer, like, Diane Elizabeth. Wait a minute. You didn't kill your kids. You're not the person who killed. You're not the person who killed her kids. I know that woman. You're not her. Like, run. The 2010 Board of Parole and Oregon Director of Corrections said I had to agree to parole to parts unknown and agree to never see my family members again. No, they didn't. We heard the recording, but of course the recording.
That? I don't remember them.
No, the recording is fake. In the real parole hearing, they did say it, but the one we saw was fake.
Yeah.
Right. Even though it was 100% consistent with what she's saying in this letter, other than when she called out certain specific things. I didn't know why they required that of me, so I refused. Yeah, you refused parole, right, Diane? Uh-huh. You know what? I don't agree to these conditions. Keep me in here. What a bunch of bullshit, Diane. I now understand the reason, and I agree to your term. No. In that hearing, you were saying over and over, well, now I got to ask, did something happen to mom and dad? Did something happen to my parents? I've explained this to mom, and she'll decide if she wants to go with me or not. Whichever way she chooses, neither she or I can abide another year with me in prison. Well, unfortunately, it's not up to you. And since this was 2021 and we saw you in 2025, it appears you could abide another year. Actually, 4 more years. Please put an end to this pain we've suffered since 1956. This is how she ended. Remember how she ended the other letter? She's like, put an end to this, when she hadn't really cited anything of what was going on.
Yes.
Right? Because she's so used to ending the letters like this. So like, you have to end this now. I delayed mailing this because I wanted to include the Lane County, Oregon DNA documentation with this letter. Snail mail is slow. I needed
to send this
I
now.
Yeah. And follow.
I can't read it because of chat box.
Okay. I've decided to send this now and follow with another letter after I receive the DNA document. So how does everyone feel about that FBI letter? Pretty good, right?
If I read that, I would think this is a completely sane person who absolutely should be let out into society again.
And remember, this wasn't her first letter to the FBI. Should we revisit what she said in their first one? Remember, this was the one with the music. The hold on a second. Just so we can remember. So she sent a letter before this one, before her 2010 parole hearing, and this was it. This is a nice palate cleanser before we get to the royal lineage.
Ask you about. Did you write a letter to the FBI recently?
Oh, this. You're talking about this?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us what that was about?
So this is a different letter than the one we just read.
In 1987, after my escape, somebody contacted me and said that they wanted me to sign a movie deal for Motown. I refused. That person then sent Robert Sieber to visit me in New Jersey. I refused. After that, somebody wrote to me from Germany. Eric Jacobson wrote to me from Germany, claimed to be a...
I love how whenever she says a name, it sounds like she's making it up on
making it up on the spot.
Yeah, Frederick Erickson.
secret code breaker at Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany. I dismiss this person, not true. Michael Hart wrote to me, nutcase, dismiss this person, not true. Everybody who writes to me has an agenda. Everybody who writes to me says they have information that they don't give to the police. They give it to me. What am I supposed to do with it in prison? So I have continued to try to decipher and sift through this information with what limited resources, which is none, that I have in here. And all I can do is remember these things. In 2004, a woman moved into my cell named Julie Mayo. I received another letter from Michael Hart. Michael Hart sent a picture. I showed the girls in my cell. Julie Mayo says, "Oh, he's a wonderful looking man. I think you should write to him." It turns out that this man, Michael Hart, is her son, Frank. Frank was one of the people that wanted me to sign a movie contract for Motown in 1987. This is all information that comes in over the years, slowly rolling in. Years pass. All of a sudden, in 2010, the Parole Board, I received a threat that if the Parole Board paroled me, that they would be in trouble. He would make trouble for them if the Parole Board paroled me.
Then
I sent that letter.
Then why didn't they just kill you in the first place, Diane?
Too easy.
I gave that letter to the Investigative Services Unit and said, please let the Parole Board know I don't want them to be caught off guard. I don't want them to be in danger. I assume that they did send that to you, and if they did, not you, your predecessors. And if they didn't send to your predecessors, then maybe they also received a threat, because that was a very strange Parole Board hearing. They were in assistance. They were in attendance by the state police. And I mean literally right next to the table, so that when Miss Baker stood up, a hand reached into the camera, took her elbow, and leaned to lift her up. The person that leaned into the camera was a captain from the state police. I recognized him because he's the one who transported me from Salem here back in 1993.
Sounds good.
They felt that they had been threatened. Maybe by the letter that I sent them that I had received, maybe a threat of their own. I don't know which it was. This is more information. For 10 years, I don't hear anything from this Michael Hart. Now, here we are on the eve of a parole board hearing, and all of a sudden Michael Hart pops up again and says, he and I need to be friends, and remember when we used to write? No, we didn't used to write. Remember when we did this? No, we never did this. You're making this all up. And I know that you're Julie Mayo's son, and I know you're Frank from the Statesman's Journal newspaper that tried to get me to sign a movie contract that I didn't want to do. So basically, you're stalking me. So I sent this information. It made me fear that if he's going to do all these crazy things to me, maybe he was the one that threatened the parole board. So I sent that information with his color pictures, because he sent a bunch of pictures. I sent them to the FBI and said, is this the man that was threatening the parole board in 2010? Because this is the man that's been stalking me since 87. And if he's been stalking me nonstop since 1987, to the point that he put his daughter up to pretending to be my child when she's not, then is it possible, can you, through different measures, find out if he was involved in the shooting back in 83? That was the letter I sent to the parole board and sent you a copy.
Now, a story like that's gotta be true. Oops. I removed the wrong one. Sorry, extra. So now, can you read this on screen?
Yep.
You want to read? Give my voice a little break here, a sec?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this is starting. This is a letter to the parole. This is her response to being rejected must be pre-2020. This is August 31st. This is referring to the 2010. She's trying to preemptively address everything from the 2010 parole hearing before her 2020 hearing. And so this section here, which is page 9, the report that she's going over, she's trying to combat everything from Dr. Goiten's report that has been submitted before the hearing. And this is the section on royal lineage. So if you could please.
Page 9. Dr. Goiten's report. Psychopathy checklist continued. Is this her voice or
yeah, it's
the
her
doctor's voice?
No, this is her.
This is her. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta fix the Lauren thumbnail sec. So
feature number 4. Dr. Goiten said I craft fantastical stories about potentially being of royal lineage, suggesting I feel the need to make myself appear more important than I am. My response, for the record: my dad's grandfather, 3-year-old Christian Peter, came to America from Denmark in 1863 with his parents. Mormon genealogy records prove Christian's father, Prince Olaf, a teacher in the palace, was cousin to men who later became kings of Norway, Sweden, Romania, Greece, Russia, Germany, Belgium, and Great Britain in the 1900s. Dad is a cousin to all of the above. That is fact, not fantasy.
All right, just 1 second here. Here's where the story immediately falls apart. She's saying Prince Olaf. There is no Prince Olaf. There's a Prince Olav, but he was born in 1903, which makes it very hard to emigrate to America from Denmark in 1863. Christian Peter is supposedly now Christian Peter is the son of Prince Olav, which is not recorded anywhere, not in Mormon genealogy. I actually went on the Mormon genealogy. I went on the Mormon website where you can look all this stuff up, right? They have all this. I mean, they don't just track Mormons, right? Their whole thing is tracking everyone. And there is nobody that matches this. There's somebody, like, either they were alive at that time in Denmark and with the name Christian Peter and like some additional hyphenated names after it, right? Or they were totally the wrong time frame, or they were German. None of them came to America because what he says here is Christian Peter came to America from Denmark with his parents, meaning Prince Olav would have had to immigrate to America. I think we would have noticed that, wouldn't we have?
Maybe, unless he came under an alias.
Fine. Go ahead.
I became aware of Dad's cousins, my siblings' cousins, when I was 9 years old. None of these people are in my state reports because I didn't think them important enough to talk about. These facts were commonplace in our family, no more or less spectacular than Mom's dad being a welder. None of us acted like we were more important than anyone else. If you ask Christie, she won't be able to tell you about this because I didn't think our bloodline any more special than anyone else's, so I never talked about it to her. I don't have time. That's all you have. I don't have time.
That is
to
all
produce
she has.
157 years worth of records before my September 23rd hearing. I've never felt the need to prove this to anybody, any more than I can prove Dad's dad was a postmaster in Aguila, Arizona in 1929. Besides, Dad's fact-based lineage, of which Dr. Guyton knew nothing, isn't the fantasy she referred to. It's my professed departure from the Frederickson line that concerned her.
Right. Okay. This is it. This is it right here. Her dad is a Frederickson, right?
Yes.
Frederickson is within this royal lineage, right? My dad is a cousin to all the above, all these kings, right?
Yes.
Her dad, right? That's the lineage.
Yes.
And she is now professing departure from the Frederickson line, making her not royalty.
By choice.
No, by her own constructed story. Right? This is so retarded. You are nuking your own alibi, your own made up story.
Unless, remember, she was adopted.
What? She was adopted from somebody with the same. So, okay.
She was adopted. So what she was an orphan of royalty, royal lineage, adopted by someone else of royal lineage. And they both happen to be within the same family system.
Okay, I got you. So if her sister, as you said, Aunt Marianne, right, that mom thinks, oh, hey, she might be your birth mother. Well, then, but still, you're not. That's outside your dad. It's the snowman wasn't your dad's cousin or brother. Your dad has the royal lineage. Yes. Diane Downs, she's lost the plot. She's
lost the plot.
Yes, she has.
No, she has not.
She has 100% lost the plot.
The blood was coming out of her mouth.
God, it was so disgusting and fun to look at. No, she's lost the plot. It's over. She is so stupid. She is trying to she's making up lies that disprove her other lies. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like she's sabotaging herself.
I understand what you're saying.
I know, but
just
most
don't
people
agree with you and agree with Diane.
Okay, but most liars at least lie consistently, or they will construct this huge narrative that doesn't disagree with it by them saying it's like maybe I can't formulate this fast enough. Like Lauren saying, like trying to set up this whole thing of like, yeah, I was set up by everyone, but also I was secretly a law enforcement agent. Oh my God.
In 2008, Dad hinted I was adopted. And that's the reason I lived with his sister and parents before moving in with him and Mom. In that instant, I lost my identity. Who was I, if not a Frederickson? From the age of 9, I've been told I was a princess who'd one day marry a prince. I received a Cinderella watch, Cinderella storybook, and porcelain Cinderella figurine from a cousin in Europe that Christmas. Dad said I was Cinderella and impressed on me the need to be good because my deeds are a reflection upon my royal family and future husband. Powerful stuff.
Like I told you, like I told X Derek last night. This is a backwards Anastasia story. She's placed herself in the family of a royal bloodline and then made herself the orphan.
Correct. I happen to be so royal already.
I was royal, but then, because I was adopted, I'm not from that bloodline, so good.
And what I also love is the Cinderella story reminds me of like when a little kid thinks she's Elsa from Frozen, and you're telling her, well, Elsa would eat her frozen peas or whatever the hell it is. Like a parent just telling a little kid, do this so you little asshole, so you get your vitamins or whatever. Like her parents probably told her, yeah, you're Cinderella, so you got to be good. Don't go whoring around town.
Yeah, please, we know you're going to grow up to be a whore. Stop being a whore.
It was obvious.
Please don't be a whore anymore. And everyone out there, I am not mocking women who experience life. Diane Downs is a whore.
She's undoubtedly a whore. She's
undoubtedly a whore.
There's a difference between she made it her goal to have sex with every married man she could find.
Who gets pregnant once their husband has had a vasectomy and then is like, oh God, he's such a baby about it. Jennifer Sims 2.0. I think the snowman got to me. I can't stop watching these lives. Help. Well, why would you want to stop watching them? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ravenna, Denver. That's her business. Also, she wants to be a whore, rot your brain with syphilis, but don't kill your babies.
Yes, no, it is her business, but she murked her babies. So therefore, we can judge her.
Oh, yeah, we could absolutely judge her.
Absolutely judge her. You want to go out and sleep with every man out there? Fine. But you're killing kids.
I certainly didn't think I was so special that a prince would leave his castle in Europe to come find me and marry me. Hold on a second. She lived in a burnt out trailer in the desert of Arizona
with bars on the windows. She thinks this is the Princess Diaries. This is what she's thinking now.
That's why I couldn't understand why Dad and his parents in Missouri were so upset when I began dating Steve Downs the summer of 1971.
Well, probably because you were 16 and he was not such a good guy.
Yeah,
right.
Steve is equally not a good person.
Never murdered anyone. Murdered anyone. So, but doesn't mean he's a good guy.
But also didn't take those babies after they were
also
shot.
Did not fight for custody of his kids after the mom tried to murder them. So very not good big guy. But yeah, and wasn't he how much older than he was? I think he was significantly older than her. Right?
It wasn't that much. I didn't think it was anything that crazy. I think the bigger thing was she was more of a teenager and he was already an adult. But the number of years as
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah. As adults, it wouldn't matter. But as a 16, maybe it was 19. I don't know. Whatever.
She was in high school, I believe.
She would be a sophomore or junior at that point, right? At that age.
I can't remember.
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I've dated a lot of ladies. I mean, when I was in high school, I dated a lot of ladies. Get your mind out of the gutter, people. A happily married man. Faithful married man. Jesus.
They said he wasn't right for me and were adamant I shouldn't lose my virginity to him. Oh, that virginity was long gone.
This is bullshit. Nobody. parents are going to see. He is not the man to lose your virginity to, Diane.
Do not be deflowered by Steve.
No, they're probably like, hey, you're too young to be having sex because you probably can get pregnant and you're not going to be able to raise a baby because you're stupid as bricks. Or you got bricks rolling around your head. You're lucky to end up a mail carrier or something.
No problem with mail carriers. My dad was a mail carrier.
No problem with mail carriers. I'm just stepping in it left and right, internet.
That's the talks were embarrassing. Steve and I weren't even petting.
Hold on. This is
some hardcore petting right there.
I haven't heard before this. I think the last time I heard the word petting was in the 90s.
Petting?
Maybe the early 2000s.
I think I've heard of it. I've heard
Well, you're a teacher, right?
In
so they
jest.
In jest?
But I don't think I've ever heard it serious.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we were just petting each other.
Yeah, we were just, it was just heavy petting, Mom. Lauren doesn't even say petting.
No, he doesn't.
Because he doesn't, he's never experienced it and he doesn't know what it means. But, yeah. Go ahead.
Steve and I weren't even petting. I had to reread that.
Yep.
I didn't want to talk about my virginity. I was barely 16. There was talk of me going to Missouri to get me away from Steve. A couple months later, Dad's parents were killed. My 81-year-old...
You jumped over that, right? They didn't want him to date Steve. Steve's not right for you. Now you're going to go to Missouri, right, to get away from Steve. And then her grandparents were murdered.
Yes, in 1971.
Right? So there was an obvious attempt by some government agency to prevent her or try and stop her from going to Missouri to lose her flower to Steve.
Oh, do you think that? So the snowman the whole time just wanted her to maintain her purity.
Yes. Don't you see?
It's so obvious now.
We don't want you going out to Missouri to lose your flower. Or no, we want you to go out to Missouri to not lose your flower to Steve.
To lose your flower. My little flower.
Okay, good.
Hold on, I'm trying not to laugh. My 81-year-old grandpa's arms and legs were crushed. He'd never be able to walk again. My 300-pound, nearly 6-foot-tall grandma's ribs were broken, as if someone jumped up and down on her prone body.
Why is Diane gonna body shame her grandma like that?
Well, I think she's just saying she's a sturdy woman.
She's a hardy woman? Okay.
She's a hardy, sturdy stock. You know?
Well, you could still say 6 foot tall,
stocky woman.
You could say 6 foot tall, 200-pound woman, and she'd still be hardy, right?
Yes.
Built like a linebacker. What are you doing here, Diane? You're fat shaming her. Good.
Her lower jaw was shattered and her teeth were knocked out as if she'd been clubbed with a metal bat. My grandparents languished in intensive care for 2 days before they both died.
Robin the ADR Pro
that is
says,
a fantastic question, Robin.
So why again did she get kicked out of her Baptist college? Because she was having sex in the chapel. She was literally sleeping with everyone she could sleep with. And I think it was in the chapel. She went to a Bible college and was sleeping with men in the chapel.
Page 10, Dr. Guyton's report. Psychopathy checklist continued. Finding out in 2008 that I'm not a Fredrickson didn't feed my ego in any way. I didn't make up an adoption story to highlight my feeling of self-importance.
Wait. Diane, the adoption story removes your importance. Correct. How do you not follow this, Diane? You made it up an adoption story to make yourself removed from royal lineage. You are so stupid. You can't even follow your own plot. Go ahead.
To the contrary, losing my family ties at the age of 53 made me feel unimportant. I felt disconnected from all the pain and joy I've shared with the only family I've loved for as long as I can remember. The only family I still love. Nothing about the past 12 years has earned me the instant psychopathic criminal gratification.
Yeah,
Is that, I can't read it under the logo, but I think it was criminal gratification.
No, you got it right.
All right. Feature number 5. Dr. Guyton said I craft fantastical stories of intrigue relative to my adoption that only I am able to piece together to highlight my importance.
Well, you highlight your stupidity. Good.
My response: for the record, my Frederickson grandparents were killed in October 1971 while making arrangements with my parents to send me to Missouri after Christmas to get me away from Steve.
To not lose her flower.
Her little flower. I'm not saying someone killed my grandparents to thwart my move to Missouri. I didn't think some secret cabal stomped my favorite grandma to death so I'd lose my virginity to Steve Downs.
Wait, but
really?
Wait, hold on, wait. She, again. The plan was to send her to Missouri away from Steve, right? That's what she's saying.
So she wouldn't lose it.
And then her grandparents were killed to prevent her moving to Missouri to lose the flower. Or no, to
preserve her flower.
Her grandparent. Yeah. Okay. Wait, no. Her grandparents were sending her to Missouri to get away from Steve to lose her flower. And then her grandparents were killed so that she wouldn't move to Missouri and therefore lose her virginity to Steve.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right. That's right. And a cabal.
Actually, no, this makes sense now. This makes sense. They killed the grandma so that she wouldn't move to Missouri so she would lose her flower to Steve.
This is right. That's right.
Which makes absolute sense. Because the cabal, the government agencies, everyone's like, you need to Steve. Yeah. All right. Maybe Steve Downs is behind the entire thing. He's like, she was going to move away.
And I need to bang that.
I need to bang.
Got to get me that.
I got to give her a sexual lobotomy. You know what that means? You know what sexual lobotomy? Shit.
A sexual lobotomy? He goes so deep into her that
No. You effed her brains out.
This is a family show, by the way. Family show.
I lost the battery again. You can just keep reading.
What the hell are you doing?
I keep picking up the. It's a very weak vape.
What's your vape even made of? Just pieces of Scotch tape and Elmer's glue?
Just keep reading. You didn't like that line?
What? Just keep reading?
Sexual lobotomy is effing your brains out.
Oh no, that was awesome. It doesn't appeal to me to fear some hammer-wielding hand smashed... What? It doesn't appeal to me to fear some hammer-wielding hand smashed my sweet 81-year-old grandpa's arms and legs so I'd get pregnant out of wedlock and ruin my chance to marry a prince. That makes sense. So they did it so she wouldn't marry a prince. That's why the cabal did it. It's genius. It's genius. She sees things in 4 dimensions. Those memories don't make me feel important. They crush my soul. I'm not saying I believe someone killed my grandparents to keep me in Arizona. Actually, that's exactly what you're saying. But that would require me to believe I'm the reason they were killed. But I can't ignore the fact the only reason I didn't leave Steve in Arizona in 1971 was because my grandparents were killed. The following year, my mom's brother, a Navy recruiter, convinced Steve to join the Navy to get him away from me. I don't think I'm the most important person in the world, but my parents thought I was pretty important in theirs. That's sweet.
All right, hold on. Wait. Sorry, didn't invite.
Oh, you look like a cheap whore who after a really busy night. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for the Lauren stream after this. Okay. I didn't leave Steve in Arizona in 1971 because my grandparents were killed. The following year, my mom's brother, a neighbor recruiter, convinced Steve to join the Navy to get him away from me.
Yeah.
Like, who are what do these invisible factions want? Do they want her to sleep with Steve or not?
They want her to sleep with Steve.
Okay, so then who was...
It keeps her away from marrying royalty.
So then the mom's brother was acting against the authorities, right?
The mother's brother?
Yeah, my mom's brother, a Navy recruiter, convinced Steve to join
Correct.
the Navy.
Yeah, you're right.
So he's trying to thwart it. It's going to be painful. All right, go ahead.
These memories... Hold on. No, I read that wrong. Dad's brother was killed 18 days after I gave birth as a surrogate mother in 1982. I was artificially inseminated in Kentucky on September 9th, 1981.
I don't think there's anything artificial about it.
No, that one was artificial. It
Was it?
Yeah, it really was. It was a couple trying to get a baby, and they picked Diane Downs.
You don't think Diane would have included in her clause, like, I cannot be artificially inseminated?
Oh, like that? No,
Yeah.
I think it was... She did
I
it through...
I need it to be natural. I will do it for free if it's natural.
Yeah, like what Emma wanted with Lauren when he was with Ramona.
Yeah.
She claims in Small Sacrifices that she saw an ad for being a surrogate, or no, she saw a news program about surrogate mothers, and she's like, that's something I want to do. So she found a surrogate agency, and they linked her up with this family in Kentucky, this couple, and she went and got artificially inseminated. Well, maybe the husband did bang her, but I don't know. That's not in the book.
I'll cut my fee in half if you...
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to the Chandler Hospital ER 3 times with false labor in April 1982. I wasn't yet 8 months pregnant, so my Arizona obstetrician ordered an ultrasound. The next day, I was on a plane to Kentucky. All these facts are documented in hospital records, and they're all in the book. These are in the book, I believe.
And these are all irrelevant.
They are irrelevant as hell.
What does this have to do with anything, Diane?
This has nothing to do with her being royalty. The board gave me only 10 days.
I remember how she connects it here. I remember.
The board gave me only 10 days to respond to Dr. Guyton's report. Arrangements hadn't been made for twins. Uncle David was called in at the last minute to carry my firstborn, the first Phoenix's woman's Jenny, to her new parents overseas. Secondborn, Kylie, Lee Kentuckian, was delivered to her father as planned. I'm not saying someone killed Uncle David because he refused to reveal Jennifer Elizabeth's location, but he was one of only 2 people who knew where my twins were taken. And to this day, no one, not even her parents, know who Jennifer is. So David didn't betray her.
Here's the question. All right. So this is where she's laying out why this is important, because these unknown forces are so obsessed with Diane. They want to know where any offspring of her is going, right? Because...
Well, yeah, you have to... what's that called? The
bloodline.
Yeah, but they have another name, like issue. The royal issue.
But the problem is, Diane, you've spent pages explaining to us that you are not royal bloodline.
Yes, that you were actually...
So why would anyone give a shit about your kids?
Don't know.
Okay, second question. If there's a, surrogate pregnancy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out to be twins, are they only entitled to one of them?
No. Both.
Right? So they're like, well, oh, shoot. There are two of them. Well, we got to give the second one away. Because that's what she describes here.
Yes, that
They're
is what
split
she
up.
describes.
Well, no, I happen to have two,
But
so, you know.
To
you only,
my knowledge, in the book, it was not, in Small Sacrifices, it was not twins.
well, probably because she's making up the other child here. But they're not like, well, you only pay for one. Do you have another $10,000? No? Okay, we're going to give this kid away. She even says on Oprah that she only gave birth to a single child, right?
Oh, I don't remember.
No, she says it over and over that it's one kid that she was a surrogate for. Well, she wasn't supposed to be because she had had a prior abortion, right? She lied on the paperwork.
She did have a prior abortion, yep.
Right, which should have made her ineligible for surrogacy. But now she's saying it was twins, and the hidden daughter that the government agents are always
Is
looking
actually
for
royalty.
is actually royalty, even though she is not royalty because she says she's adopted.
It's so deep. It's so deep.
No, it's not deep. That's what I'm saying. Like this is crossing into the boundaries of the things I hate about shows that are poorly written, or movies like The Beekeeper. They forget what they have already said in their story.
This is deep. Oh, here's a snowman.
Yep, go
I
ahead.
think she's referring to the snowman here.
Yeah, she is.
Before my 2008 hearing, a man in Wales sent me a photo of 4-year-old me sitting beside him on a boulder
It's a snowman.
in northern Arizona. He also sent a photo of my deceased grandpa Fredrickson, very much alive.
God. Oh my God. This was the grandfather that was supposedly killed with the grandmother, and his legs were crushed, and he would never
1971.
walk again. Yeah, 1971. Now watch, because she's going to include details, which mean, oh my God, unless she's like lying and has a superb memory, there's no way this is fake. Go ahead.
With a blanket draped over his small legs.
Oh,
He
right?
was-
Because his legs were crushed, right? So
Yeah,
his
they were
legs would be
broken.
small, right? So she's not going to forget those little details.
He was reading on a huge grassy expanse between a pond and a castle, looking into the lens of the camera.
Okay,
Documented facts.
Grassy Knoll, JFK assassination,
Oh my God.
Patsy, Vietnam, 1960s,
Edgar
Snowman,
Harvey Oswald.
J. Edgar Hoover. Go ahead.
Documented facts, not fantasy. Intrigue, yes, but I don't think I'm the only one who can place together the mystery. In fact, I feel like I'm the only one who can't figure it out. And someone is having a great laugh at my desperation to understand it all.
What is with these criminals? They're always talking about like 77, like Jodi Arias, right? Someone's having a real good laugh at my expense because I'm getting blamed for these crimes. I don't think if I, just to say, like if I committed a crime, right, and they happen to pin it on somebody else, the last thing I would be doing is laughing. I'd be like, oh my God, this is amazing. Please, nobody ever find out, right? Don't be out there like laughing. Laughing indicates like you're going to be telling, hey, I got this story at the bar, right? Fellas, let me tell you about this. I actually killed somebody and they arrested somebody else for it. Right, next round's on me. Right?
Yes, you would want to keep it a secret.
You would never speak about it. You would never laugh. You'd be like, oh, wow. Short reminder, we are going to be going into a Lauren stream after this. This is the last page, I believe, of this is the last page that we're going to be reading of the Diane Downs. And we will be heading on to the Lauren, resuming the Casey calls. There will be no live tomorrow night because I am going out for brother-in-law's birthday dinner.
Hmm. Can you scroll this a bit down because I can't read the edge? There we go. Perfect.
Yep. All right.
I sent the photos to my parents hoping for answers. Did they know the man sitting next to me on the boulder? He was holding my baby sister. Surely.
Wait, hold on, wait. You said your mom thought the snowman was your dad, so they know who it is.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Surely Dad took the picture of us. Did they know Grandpa Fredrickson survived his coma? I thought he was dead.
No, his legs were crushed. But apparently his brain also exploded, but she forgot to include that.
And was moved to England to convalesce, who was buried in his grave in Missouri. We saw him in the coffin at the funeral service, didn't we? Something in the open coffin sure looked like Grandpa. Did Grandma survive? Why wasn't I told they survived? Why wasn't I allowed to go live with them and care for them like we talked about before they were hurt?
Hold on.
Whose castle is that?
Hold on. Why wasn't I allowed to go live with them and care for them like we talked about before they were hurt? So her parents are having a discussion with 9-year-old Diane Downs. Or no, 71. She would have been 16. They're having a discussion with 16-year-old Diane Downs. Hey, you're going to go live with your grandparents and take care of them.
Yep.
Great. Okay.
Whose castle is that? Is it a Viking castle in Grandpa's family?
No,
or did one of his
racist.
cousins take him in? I don't understand. Talk to me.
Are there a lot of Viking castles in Wales?
I don't know. Aren't your people Vikings?
Yes, but I don't know of any Wales castles. Actually, I'm not Viking. I'm
Or are your people just farmers who...
No, I'm like I'm 5/8 Dutch, 1/4 German, and like 1/8 French. Apparently, my mom is 3/4 German and 1/4 Dutch. And my dad is like half Dutch. I don't know.
The next time I called home, Dad shouted into the phone, "Leave her alone. She doesn't know anything."
Right. The Viking castles are in Norway, not Wales.
I said in a sing-song voice, "Dad, who are you talking to?"
That's perfect.
He said forcefully, "Never mind. They know who they are. That's what matters." When Mom got on the phone, she said, "Stop asking questions, sis. They'll kill you."
All right, stop here. So I was confused the first time I read. Do you understand what this was? What happened here?
No, I haven't. Where the hell did this come from?
So what happened is she called the home. They picked up the phone and believing that it was the people who are trying to kill Diane. Leave her alone. She doesn't know that. They just started shouting that. It could have been. It could have been the AT&T long distance services. They just started shouting into the phone, "Leave her alone. She doesn't know anything." But it happened to be Diane on the phone, because you would think after you did one time, you wouldn't keep doing it over and over. So the very first time they did this, it happened to be Diane. And then she said, "Dad, what are you talking to? Who are you talking to?" Said, "Never mind. They know who you are. That's what matters, because they're listening." And then for some reason, Mom calls her, stop asking questions, sis."
Yeah.
What?
Well, maybe
because her mom is her sister. Yeah, okay. I just realized that. I'm so stupid. Go ahead.
What I love about Diane Downs is you could just say the most off-the-wall shit, and it will probably stick to some part of her story.
Connects with some part of her story.
"I'm adopted. A strange man is sending me photos of me from Wales. My dead grandpa didn't die, and they might kill me if I keep asking questions? Did they try to kill my grandparents in 1971? Did they kill Dad's brother in 1982? Did they shoot my children in 1983? Are they living next door to my children today? Are they delivering propane to my elderly parents' farm?"
Propane?
Cocaine. Do they rent from my brother? That's why I won't ask Mom any more questions. I fear they might kill her too. If I keep asking her questions, she can't answer, even if she wanted to.
All right. Hold on a sec. I see what Diane's setting up here, right? Look at all these mysteries, right? She's placing the third one, did they shoot my children, right? She doesn't want to be as obvious, like, did they shoot my children first? So I'm not guilty.
She's got to sandwich it.
Right,
like
sandwiching it. Like, look at all these truths I'm spilling here. They killed my grandfather, but he didn't die and he's alive. And they tried to kill my grandparents in 1971. They killed my dad's brother in 1982, and then they shot my children in 1983. Don't you see the pattern here? And they're delivering propane? Go ahead.
Who are they? I truly believe my parents don't know who they are. If you'd met my dad, you'd know he'd have acted on his need to protect his family if he'd known who they were. But Dad did know something that made him believe they were capable of tapping into his phone calls with me. That's why I began writing to the FBI in Washington, D.C. in 2010 and Scotland Yard in 2011.
Why didn't you begin writing in 2008 when you got the picture of yourself with the snowman? Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. The idea that someone would try to kill me if I continued to ask questions was becoming quite agreeable to me. What?
Yeah, she's gonna bring her back around.
If I made as much noise and asked as many questions as many agencies as I could, I'd draw attention to me and away from my family. I was even willing to play fool at my highly publicized parole hearing in 2008 because my attorney said the board ran ads in the newspaper inviting anyone and everyone to my hearing.
Got it.
They rented the Chemaqueta Community College Auditorium, expecting 1,000 people to watch the spectacle. If they were interested in me, I figured they would be in that auditorium to see me still asking questions. That's how much I'm willing to sacrifice of myself to protect my family.
It's interesting that they didn't record it, right? Like they're trying to spread this out worldwide for everyone to see it.
Yeah.
Right? But that's the one parole hearing we don't have a record of.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
I don't have a death wish. I don't think I'm special or more important than anyone else. I think I'm a mama bird flopping around to draw attention to the fox to lure him away from her nest of loved ones. I need to know who hurt my grandparents and shot my uncle and murdered my daughter. I'm hoping if I make enough noise, they will get caught trying to kill me. Only then will I feel my children are safe.
She should have included, like, this needs to end now.
This needs to end now.
This needs to end now. There we go. So that's all we're going to cover of that tonight. There's plenty more of insanity, but
oh, good.
Like I said, like I was going to stream yesterday, but I had gone through 40 pages of it, and it was just like my brain was just like, can't do this. I can't do this anymore right now. So we're going to transition to
I am dipping out at this point.
Oh, you're not going to join me for playing favorites? It's fine.
I wish. I might lurk in the chat for a bit.
You're going to lurk in the chat. Okay, that's good. I don't know if Suma's going to show up.
She said she's going to try to lurk as well.
She's out with other guys for
other guys,
birthdays or something. But we are going to go over there. Let me get the link to the stream. Just playing it in the chat.
And everyone remember, I'm not going to be there, so you have to remember to kiss your finger on your own.
Yeah. Okay. Just kidding. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for watching us. I know you could do anything else with your Saturday nights, but you, for some reason, choose to spend them with myself, next to Eric, and I really appreciate it. So I'm going to put this link in here in the chat. There we go. I'm going to pin this in case you're not redirected, which you should be. But anything else you want to say before we sign off here, Eric?
Kiss your finger.
Kiss your finger. And it is one of my favorite Lauren Shreeps coming up here. The plain favorites. He's bawling. This is the one where they propose and he's bawling.
Oh, this is the proposal? This is a great one. Everyone, You're in for a treat. You're in for a treat. Oh, this one's visual too, isn't it?
I added some visuals.
I thought it was a video.
No, when we did it
not.
first time, when we did it the first time, I added the video in there to make I wanted people to see who this was, but that's why this is going to be the cleaner version. So this is not baby boy. This is bawling, Lauren. He is bawling
until the very end. Till the very end, doesn't he start getting a little frisky?
Yeah, maybe. No, he's bawling at the end. Okay. All right.
All right, have
everyone.
fun.
Thank you. Good night. We'll start this one here. And then end this one here.